My name is Roisin Duffy and I work as a tutor for the Dublin Dunleary ETB Adult Education Service. Today I'll be demonstrating seed sowing. Please remember to stay safe by washing your hands, social distancing and observing the government COVID-19 guidelines. Enjoy the video. So right now I'm going to show you what I have. So compost wise, I just want to show you the differences. So the one that I have the most of is my home compost. That's this here. Can you zoom in there, Ben? I'm 2 meters. I'm not doing the social distancing with my brother because I live with my brother, so we don't have to worry about social distancing here. So this is home compost. So this is made from scraps of vegetable waste, grass cuttings, shredded paper, everything there. So it has actually broken down. It's a couple of years old. So I just want to show you it there. Now it's very, very dry, but you can see it's all broken down, ready to plant. Now it is quite lumpy and bumpy, so it's not perfect. If you wanted it perfect, you sieve it. That's how you get that. And I don't have access to peat, that's why. So I just have a little bit of peat here to show you. So I want to show you the differences. I do have a big bag of Miracle-Gro compost, which is this darker compost. Perfect for growing older plants, not for seedlings for the moment. So you can't grow seeds in Miracle-Gro compost because it's got the food. Oh, that's just a neighbour. That should stop in a minute. So you can't grow seedlings in this, it'll just burn it. It's fertiliser. You can see the darkness, the difference in the colour, even there. So Miracle-Gro would be great for when the seeds are ready to be potted up. Then I can use that compost. Perfect. But for the moment, I can't use it. This is a bit of peat, just normal moss peat. No fertiliser, no added bark mulch, nothing like that, just moss peat. And I got that thanks to my neighbours, they gave me some. So this is what you need to grow your plants in. This, or this is soil. I just wanted to show you different types that you can. Now this is it outside mixed in with my home compost. So the bit that's built out, so it's perfect for growing as well. So I'm going to probably use a bit of that. It's dry, but it's fine for the moment. So this is what I want, and I want to show you as well. This is coconut. So coconut is one of those new ones they have because it's a renewable source. Moss peat is not a renewable source in our lifetime. It takes thousands of years, and there's only about 14-15 years worth of bog peat left. And like I said, it'll never be back in our lifetime. Whereas coconut, people eat coconut, so it's there. So I just want to show you that the only problem with cocoa peat is this has been soaked overnight. So it looked like this. This is what it looked like. And this is 5 of those. 5 of those is this amount here. So it is grand, it will grow, it's nice and thin and fine. But if I squeeze it here, you see the water coming out? There's no water retention. There, it's almost dry now. Almost dry. So that's the problem with it. You can see the colour difference. This is the issue with it. So it is great, it will work, but you need to keep watering it. That's the problem. And then when you water too much, you have to be careful not to damage your seedlings. That's the other thing as well. So I'm going to start off now. We're actually going to use a bit of cocoa peat because in Marks and Spencer's they actually give you these sets. You can just go in and ask them when it's safe to do so. These little sets. So inside the sets are a little seed pod, seed mat there. This is beetroot, and the little roundy disc, the cocoa, which is actually this will swell out to be too much for this, and a biodegradable pot. So the idea is you wet this, it swells out, you plant your seeds just like that. It's in the mat, they're inside that tissue. Put it in, and then later on you sow it in the ground or sow it in the pot. Now we know with root vegetables like beetroot, carrots, turnips, parsnips, you can't move them. They don't like being moved. So with this one we'd have to plant in situ, so that means in the ground straight away, or in a pot that's big enough. So a pot that would be big enough for beetroot, it would want to be very deep. That's probably not even deep enough for beetroot actually. It'd want to be much deeper than that, into the ground. Maybe this actually. This bucket itself might be, because it needs about this depth. So just be aware about that. And then what I like about this is actually you get it and you open it up. It has a little label and it's labelled here, beetroot. And it tells you exactly how long it's going to take. Sprouting time 7 to 21 days, so that's germination time. Repotting time 3 to 4 weeks. Harvest time 6 to 8 weeks, so that's not long. And it tells you the whole list of what to do here. So there's a lot of information in this. All there, so we're going to be going through 2 of these, and there's the list. There's 12 to collect. There, 12 to collect. So we're going to be going through these. That's beetroot. I wanted to do 1 beetroot, 1 root veg, and I want to do chili peppers as well. So that's that one there. And I'm going to do potting up after that of seedlings I've already done. I've already germinated. So I'm going to find my... So this here is Basil. Okay, I always say it wrong. And I like to use these trays. These trays they had carnations in them, and I think they're great because they have the drainage already in it, and they're really tough, strong plastic. Also, why not use things like this? These had square pots in them in the garden centre, and look how tough and how strong that is, and they have drainage holes. So why not use them? They shouldn't be thrown out. You just ask in a garden centre when they're back open again. Ask. So I am going to put in my compost in here. Let me just put this aside. So I just want to read what it says first. So if you want to zoom in there on each section, just for a couple of seconds. You can pause it and read it. Want to go down to the next one? Did you do? And then down to the last bit again, the sprouting bit on the label. Yeah. Okay. So it says here, putting the soil tablet into a saucer of water and slowly pour approximately 50 ml of water over it. Mix the water into the soil with your hands and make sure it's a wet mixture. Watch the soil expand. Use most of the soil to fill your biodegradable pot to around 1 centimetre below the top. Now place your seed mat on top of the soil. Do not take the seeds out of the seed mat. Take care not to press down too hard. Now use the rest of your soil mixture to cover the seed mat. And then it says put the biodegradable pot into plant inside with enough light. We recommend a windowsill. Check the soil in the morning and before bed. If the soil feels dry and crumbly, pour a small amount of water over the surface. If you see a plant appear from the soil, well done. The seeds have sprouted. And soon you'll be ready to move onto bigger pots. So don't forget to use, and it actually has Latin in the thing. Sorry, I'm just keeping an eye out for Thomas. So we're going to get started then. We are going to plant up our seeds. We might as well use our pot. There's my cocoa pot. Up to 1 centimetre. It's about 1 centimetre there. Put my mat down. Now you can see here the seeds are quite big, and there's about 6 or 7 seeds. It's not a bad offer. Now, and then put some on top. There we go. Done. And then we need to get the label. Don't forget to label it, especially when they give you one. Pop it in. So when this is ready, you don't need to open this, you can just plant it, pot and all, into the ground. Or we'll be keeping basil inside though, we wouldn't be planting that outside. And the great thing about growing basil is when it's basil, when it's bigger, if you take about that much off, so about 3 or 4 leaf sets, take them off put them into a bit of water, it'll keep regrowing. They'll shoot in the water, and you can keep growing and growing and growing from that one plant. But this should produce a few plants. So that's
how long do you want these on for?
Basil to do. Friendly, they can hear you. Just keep going. I'm going to go through chili peppers as well. So I just want to show you the chili pepper seeds. Nope, that's parsley. Parsley will take a lot longer to germinate. I wonder what it will say on the little... Yeah, 14 to 21 days, where the other one was 6 to 8. So it takes a lot longer to germinate. I don't want that one, I want chili pepper. When you're growing these as well, make sure that you water very gently. So I like to water from the corner. There's not going to be much of a corner here, but just into the corner here. Don't put it on top of the little seedling. You're just going to crush it, and it's just going to dampen off, it's called, and rot. This is chili peppers. Can you see there's 6 chili pepper seeds? Can you see through it? So with a chili pepper, they're actually, sorry, I just shouted. Well, they're actually so big. I would separate the chili peppers from this, because they're such a big seed that this will only fit one. So if I had more, so the likes of this here, this had Danish pastries in it, so I just put drainage holes in the bottom because it's a very strong, and I like that it's see-through. And I would just put, I'll level this out here. I'm going to put it down, okay, to show you. Level that out there like that, and put down, I'd spread them out to all of this and keep this inside. Chili peppers like to be inside or in a greenhouse. The only problem with growing chili peppers in a way is green fly. Green fly love them. They just go mad for me. So I'm going to cover this now with my peat. This is my plain peat here. There. So when these are ready, there should be enough room for the seedlings to grow there. But I would only leave one plant in here when it's ready. Okay, because they're so big, they grow quite big. So when it's ready to be potted up, I'm just putting the label in here so I don't forget what I planted. So there's my other one ready here, and here I'll just leave it ready for this minute. So when they're ready, so don't forget, you need to feed them, and we're going to use, when they're ready, swell gel, the water retaining crystals, and the plant food. Mix that through. So we'll be doing that later on. As soon as the garden centres are open and I can get a mature plant, they're just too small for the moment. Now these are just, if you can't get those ones, these are other seedling packets, just general ones. These were from Mr. Price. I think they were $1.50. This one was a sweet pea and petunia collection, and it tells you the instructions on the back there. Just pause them if you want to see it. And that's they look like a lovely collection. I like growing sweet pea because they're a nice big seed, but again, I'd only put one sweet pea into a size of this, and that wouldn't even last very long for a sweet pea, just one seed. This is companion planting. So companion planting is when you grow a plant and it helps the other plant grow. So what I mean is, example is tomato and basil. When you grow tomatoes, they grow in a greenhouse, they grow quite tall and high, so the lower down space is actually wasted. And you're feeding the plant food and everything, you might as well grow something. So it's called a cash crop as well. So you grow sweet basil here and tomatoes. Garlic, chives and carrots, that keeps away the carrot fly. And sage and cauliflower, that's to keep away the insects from cauliflower, broccoli, cabbage, they're all brassica family, so they'd all be the same. So any sort of a fragrant herb would work there. So follow the instructions on the back of those to see what they... Okay, you finished?